Uh-huh. Yeah, I got the forum. So now I'm looking for you on your
Okay,
timeline.
how you doing, everybody? This is Out of the Box Podcast with Jim Andre and co-host Bradley Powers from Esoteric Hours. What are you doing now, Bradley? Is it Esoteric Hours or
Out of the
Esoteric
box.
Encounters? No.
Out of the box.
Say-
Oh, yeah.
No. What's your other one? Is it Esoteric Hours
Esoteric.
or
Yeah.
Esoteric
Yeah.
Encounters?
Esoteric Hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's always been Esoteric Hours. I've got a group in the name called Esoteric Hours as well.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to look for your timeline. Uh-huh. Let's go to your timeline right now. Uh-huh.
Okay,
And there you
able to
are.
share it?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Hang on, turn the volume down.
Are you able to share it off of there?
Yeah, let's just turn the volume down on this. That's that done. Volume is now down. Yep, I can see you. We've got one viewer at the moment.
Okay.
Here you are. So let's share this. Oh, hang on a minute. Before I share, I've got to say something about it. Out of the box. Out of. Let's put out of the box. Presented by Jim Andre.
Yeah, well, we've got 7 viewers coming in already. So.
Oh, got viewers coming in. Hi there. My name is Bradley Powers, and this is Jim Andre, and we are presenting Out of the Box. Jim Andre's Out of the Box. Tomorrow we will be presenting Esoteric Hours
with Bradley Powers.
Right, that's that done.
So what's our topic?
I'm ready to share. Well, I've got it now. I'm ready to share.
What's our topic for tonight, Bradley?
Who or what is God?
Yes, it's a good topic. Very controversial one.
Yeah. Right, I've shared to my timeline, so let's go to my timeline. See it there.
I can't see the chat box. I don't know why.
I can. There it is there. Join up for yes. There you go. We're in business. So, hi there. We've only just began the show, so you haven't missed anything.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of the messages.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, get it in a messenger. Yeah, share. Right, yo. It's on my story. Now let's put it into. Let's share to. Share to.
So when is the Esoteric Hours show, Bradley?
That is on tomorrow. Here it is. Hang on.
Tomorrow.
And we'll be discussing paranormal phenomena, extraterrestrials, conspiracy theories, spirituality, religion.
So that'll be Wednesday, right? Am I right?
Yeah. Ooh. Well, now we're nearly there. So.
Yeah. I don't like it when I can't see the stream.
You can't use your device like a computer.
And try to use the phone, but that's so small I can barely read it.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I've got it going on my phone here. I don't see anything on my phone either.
I haven't shared it to Esoteric Family. I'm having trouble doing that. It's like it's another Esoteric Family. How's that work out? All right, I'll do it this way. No, it's not that one, is it? They've removed my group from Messenger. That's what it appears like for me. Esoteric Family is not on. I've got an alternative Esoteric Family that's not mine.
I'm on Esoteric Family now.
Oh, so can you share it to Esoteric? So I can't. I've done it to. I've done it to Prophets, Truth Seekers Prophecy. But I can't do it to Esoteric Family.
Well, I got one Facebook user came in with a smiley face, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. Hi there, everybody. My name is Bradley Powers. This is Jim Andre. The show's just started. This show is called Out of the Box. It's Jim's special. I'd like to say hello to Jason Horsball and Terry Sedlock. Thank you for joining us.
No, I can't understand things.
You can't? You can't share it to Esoteric Family. Yeah, that's what I've got. No, but
there is. I've done it.
Right.
Oh, I see. We got the captions going on there.
Oh, excellent. Hi there, Jim. I mean, Terry Sedlock is in the house. Hi there, Terry. The show's just started, so we haven't discussed anything. We're going to be discussing who or what is God. Yeah. I've seen you shared to Truth Seekers Prophecy. Shared to your page, Joseph Horsball. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Hi there, Terry Sedlock. Yeah, who or what is God? Please feel free to join in with this discussion.
Oh, I'm getting the chat coming through now. Very good. It took a while, I guess.
Yeah. Who or what is God?
I don't know. Do you think God is a who or a what, Bradley?
Well, it depends. There's 5,000 of them. What one are you on about?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Will the real God please stand up?
God is
There's so many different versions and images of God. Will the real God please stand up?
Yeah, it just so happens there is a prime creator source who is the creator of the multiverse. That is energy, and the God from the Bible is a spiritual entity. It's not the same thing. The God from the Bible. The
Well,
God from the Bible is responsible for creating the universe. Oh, good.
I
It's like my
believe I
headphones
believe
falling out.
that the extent of God is an energy source, in essence, that makes all things possible. So you got the energy, the consciousness, and the air that we breathe. That's the extent of God, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That could be
Yeah,
considered
there's a prime creator source, and then
yeah,
there's a God from the Bible.
that could be considered the let's see, made me lose my train of thought.
Terry Sedlock says, I don't know. I believe God is a spiritual entity of the highest power of the universe.
Well, if we're made in God's image and the universe is part of what God is, he must have turmoil within himself like we do. In other words, we
Yeah.
fight against each other. And you see, within this energy that I refer to as a God is opposite polarities. Okay, and even the universe itself goes against itself every now and then naturally. You have a thunderstorm that's two different temperatures colliding with each other, creating chaos. So there's not only chaos within man, there's chaos within all of the universe. And if that's a natural occurrence, if your belief that there's one main high spiritual being that created everything, he himself must have an inner struggle just like we do.
Yeah. Yay. I found Esoteric Family. Yes, and we're in now. And we have some viewers. Thank you for joining us, everybody. If you ask us a question, we'll do our best to answer it. I have never encountered God. I've encountered angels on 4 separate occasions. They are messengers of God. I don't know what gods, if they were from the Bible, the Christian God, or were they from the prime creator source. Thank you, Liana, for posting into Esoteric Family. Yeah. So, who or what is God? God is many things. Me and Jim have different opinions, actually, on what God is.
Well, I believe, like I said, God is an entity, and he is the highest power in an energy form.
Yeah. God is consciousness. Consciousness never dies.
Yeah, the energy never dies. It just changes. It transforms, changes form. And in our case, changes form and identity.
Yeah. So God is a shapeshifter. Maybe.
Well, you know, what we are, what the universe is, in other words, the universe, how would the universe itself even knew it existed if it were not through our eyes? It is through our eyes that the universe can behold and experience itself. All that's existing within the universe is the universe experiencing itself in a gazillion different ways all at one time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy with my concept. You've got the God from the Bible, who is a spiritual entity, religious, requires to be worshipped and praised. If you worship and praise the God from the Bible, you'll go to heaven. If you don't, you may go to hell.
So that's your belief, but how about the beliefs of others like the Mormons and other numerous religious
They
beliefs
believe similar.
They believe similar, right? But which one is the truth? All of them?
Yeah. Then you've got the prime creator source, who's the creator of the multiverse, who is an energy, who is neither
Right.
male or female, yet is both masculine and feminine.
Right. It's an energy.
An energy. So you've got the prime creator source and the God from the Bible. You've got two. I recognise a pair of them. You know, that's my concept of things. From what, from what I've experienced and researched, and what I feel, and my faith suggests this. Yeah.
Says Facebook user doesn't have any name. Don't
Yeah.
take 60 hours
The faith.
talking about it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see. Well, we could spend 60 hours talking about it because it's a very huge subject.
Messenger video.
Is someone ringing?
Till tag.
Oh.
Till turn your clothing down.
Terry Sedlock says, I was told to believe that God even forgives murderers. So if he forgives murderers, then they must go to heaven as well, or wait in purgatory like the rest of us. What do you think about that, Jim? That God forgives murderers.
Say that again.
God forgives murderers.
Well, I don't know. There's so many questions. Technically, God created Satan, right? And
Yeah.
God also created hell, and He's allowing Satan to control that domain. So technically, whatever transpires, He's allowing, and He's responsible for, in my opinion.
Jason Horsball says, could it be an individual conduit for translating what we see? God is the translator. That's a very good point. I like that. Leela Elif says, hi, Jim.
Hi, Leela.
Hi, Leela. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Jason makes a very good point. Could God be an individual conduit for translating what we see? God is a translator.
God is a source that makes all things possible. We're on a journey.
The prime creator source, and God is a translator.
What we are is on a journey. We're not going to last forever, but we continue in cycles. Nature is a never-ending recycling process, and life is not a problem to be solved. It's a journey to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. That's a problem that will never. That's a problem that will never be solved.
Eros Kairos says both sides are responsible. Satan and God are both responsible.
Well, I think the biggest deception is that in any energy, there's two polarities, a positive and a negative, and they feed off each other and they clash off each other when they meet. There is no separation. It's only two different polarities within a singularity. That's why we'll always have that inner struggle. That's why there's lightning storms and natural chaos within nature itself.
Yeah.
So could we consider that all natural? And just because we can conceive good and evil, the only place that good and evil exists is within the mind of the human species, nowhere else in nature or the universe. You know, if the nature causes a lightning storm and somebody gets struck by lightning, or a tornado forms and wipes out and does a lot of damage, takes lives, earthquakes, tsunamis, hundreds of thousands of people die. Do you think the universe feels guilty about that? Do you think nature is sorry for that?
No, Mother Nature's not empathic, is she?
Our curse is our intelligence and the emotions that we feel. That's our curse. That's our struggle. That's what we can't understand, really. It's all about energy, and then two polarities will always be there. But like I said, within the singularity. So when religion separates that to some iconic figure called Satan on one side and another superpower called God on the other side, I don't believe that. I believe it's all natural.
Terry Sedlock says she likes your point of view.
Well, I mean, if you look at it from a logical point of view, I mean, to me, that's what makes sense.
Eros Kairos says yes, it is natural, but the Cabal and the Federation have many restrictions within the Matrix.
Well, yeah, but you see, look at it this way. Now, I'm not condoning what they do, and I agree that they've been deceptive and they've been in control for a very long time. But if it came to the point where the Cabal was successful in achieving their agenda to depopulate the planet by 95%, is that a bad thing? Well, it'll be bad for those who have to suffer for it. But the end result, usually you can't, a new world can't be born unless it's born out of the rubble of the old. So if the majority were eliminated, majority of people were eliminated, and there were a certain amount left, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Is that nature?
We would have a utopia.
Wait a minute. Is that what was meant to be for nature to reset itself? There'll never be a perfect balance because there's no such thing as perfection. But if it has to go that route, is that a bad thing? The end result, would that be a bad thing?
Homicide. No, that's not the right word. Holocaust. Would it be a Holocaust if 9 billion people on the planet and only 500 million are allowed to live?
Well, that'd be a great loss of life, but that'll also be in a way, a positive reset on the balance of nature itself.
For the benefit of mankind. Oh God, we lost Jim. I've got milk around my mouth. And we've lost Jim. We'll wait for Jim to come back, see if he does come back. Terry Sedlock, you're saying, I don't know. Sometimes I get confused. And then I'm told there really is a...
I'm back.
Oh, I'm gone. Oh,
back. I think maybe maybe God doesn't like what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Put that up there. Terry Sedlock says, I don't know. Sometimes I get confused and I'm told there really is a hell. Is there? But when I was told by a priest in a documentary I watched that hell is something that humans made up, so I don't know what to believe.
Well,
I actually believe there is a hell.
Like I said, that is a misconception. That is one of the biggest deceptions that everybody believes, because after thousands of years of being born generation upon generation into a religious society, from infancy, there's no greater brainwashing. But that's the biggest deception. There is no separation. It's only two different polarities within a singularity. There is no separation.
It's a nightmare.
As far as Armageddon,
yeah.
As far as Armageddon, I don't know. The extraterrestrials. I do believe that the destruction of the Georgia Guidestones was due to an extraterrestrial event. They shot some type of laser down onto the monument and destroyed some of it, and then they had to ultimately take down the rest of it for concerns over hazardous conditions. And I think the next step, and coincidentally, when that happened to the Georgia Guidestones, was the same day that CERN rebooted the Hadron Collider for further testing with speeds up to almost the speed of light power, so to smash atoms, looking for the God particle. So, you know, I believe that was a message from the extraterrestrials for them to watch this step because with that Hadron Collider, they have no idea what they're playing with. And I will say this, if they keep continuing on with their experiments, I believe that somehow the Hadron Collider itself is going to be sabotaged. And I know why I know that is because anybody can Google Larry King Live. And there's 5 military men on there that were talking about when UFOs were seen over nuclear silos. They had the technology to shut down the weaponry, the power to the weaponry, and it would take the military over 24 hours to reboot the system to firing status. And this didn't only happen, in military bases in the U.S., but worldwide. So that tells me they're testing their technology and getting ready to intervene to save man from man himself if need be.
Yes. I'm going to answer Terry Sedlock. She says, she's confused. I actually believe there is a heaven and a hell. There's nothing to be confused about. The priest, because someone's a priest, it doesn't mean they know everything they're talking about.
Well,
just because you're a priest, it doesn't mean you're in touch with God. You're meant to be, but it doesn't mean you are.
If you stop to think about it, we experience the very effects of a heaven and a hell right here on earth during the course of a natural lifetime. Life is what we make it. We can choose to make it a heaven or a hell. If we do things that are wrong, we suffer the consequences right here in this lifetime. Why should there be an imaginary extension to burn in hell forever? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, Terry Sedlock is asking, what about Armageddon? Are we near? We are always near Armageddon. Every day that passes by, we're near Armageddon. Is Armageddon going to occur? Yeah.
We are near, but the extraterrestrials are going to prevent that from happening on a large scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And Armageddon is when negative energy and positive energy collide, where demons and devils against angels of God. Who do you think would win, Jim?
Well, let me put it to you this way. If evil, why would evil even contemplate going up against good to the point of victory? I mean, if it were ever victorious, it would at that point in time be destroying itself because it would no longer serve any useful purpose. If evil overpowered good, would it automatically become good and no longer be evil?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say, no matter how strong the devil believes these demons are, God will always win the day. Light always wins over darkness. Yeah. Eros Kairos says 120,000 years of total war. Amazing. But we don't know for a fact. We only know from the Bible about Armageddon. Could that be a scare tactic, or could that be the truth?
Well, I would say that, nothing lasts forever, right? And if man's intelligence is somewhat flawed, we're a species that's supposed to know better between good and evil, right and wrong. But we're also a species. We're also a species capable of destroying lives with one hand and saving lives with the other, which indicates to me we have an intelligence that's somewhat flawed.
Yeah. I must say, out of the box is more laid back than esoteric hours. Terry Sedlock has a question. Tell me, do you both believe in President Eisenhower meeting with the alien at the hangar discussing trading alien technology for abductions? I'd say that's a very good possibility that actually happened. I've
Yeah,
listened to Laura Eisenhower, his granddaughter, and she gives a live documentary on this that she says have been in the family for ages. She testifies that this was indeed very true. Yeah, I believe her.
yes,
Yes,
that is
I,
true.
I
I
believe
myself,
that,
yeah, I have contact with the Zeta Reticula, which are the small grays, and this is where I get my ideas, my theories, and when I say that they will intervene to save man from man himself.
yeah,
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 Eisenhower said that they could abduct people for experimentation, as far as biological experimentation, but to return them safely. There may be other alien species out there that don't do that. Maybe take somebody for other nefarious reasons. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, because human abductions are quite common, and I actually believe not all humans are returned to Earth after they've been abducted.
And we
And
believe that.
also, the human trafficking is on the increase. Like there was 280,000 people used to go missing in the UK alone. Now the figure has increased to 350,000. Terry Sedlock says, yes, I remember you saying this, but I didn't know it was a small graze.
Yeah, it's a Zeta Reticula. Those are the ones I'm in contact with. The tall grays, they can't be trusted.
No, they can't be trusted. No. Hmm. Yeah, so human trafficking is on the increase. And why? Because, well, humans are worth a lot of money. Your worth money is spare parts, cloning, DNA, blood, your limbs are all worth a lot of money. You know, they normally target children up to the age of 12, normally. But adults have been known to be abducted as well.
And
Slavery,
and here's another thing we can't forget. Okay, one of the biggest religious beliefs in the world is the Catholic religion, the Christians. Now, all they've ever done, the Vatican, is commit evil acts under the guise of goodness. Okay, Mother
yeah,
Teresa, Mother Teresa. Brad was just mentioning child trafficking. Mother Teresa was involved with child trafficking, and way back then it was easy. They used to do that very easily back then. They had access to children that were being adopted from third world countries, and it was very easy for them to traffic children. That's been going on for a long time. Okay, and
yeah,
then yet she went on to be canonized as saint. That's very, very strange. And also, you can't forget all these Catholic priests that were molesting the altar boys for decades before it come out in the open. So they're actually Satan worshipers.
yeah,
They're satanic, and they do all this behind the scenes under the guise of what? Religion. Something they
yeah,
teach you to something they teach you to be in fear of. And why is a religion a tool of fear? Is so that a very few can control the masses, and that's what they've been doing right along.
yeah. I think the
So
different religions is a form
they
of,
teach you all these teachings of a heaven and a hell. You're gonna believe all that?
yeah, yeah, I do. Some of it, you know. Yeah, um, yeah, yeah. So human trafficking is on the increase, you know. Big business. You could probably buy slaves off of the dark web and the deep web. You could probably buy slaves for sex, for work, spare parts on the deep web and the dark web, Jim. That's where it all is. You could buy these people. You know. Well, Terry Sedlock said, I had a nightmare. Well, I don't know it was a nightmare, not because it was the most real thing I have ever experienced when I had to call someone who was 40 minutes away to come and stay with me because I was in such a panic. I remember beings being around my bed for 40 minutes and I felt like hell and didn't want to go. And that's when I woke up in a panic. I'm going to never forget this. Yep, I know about these filthy priests. It makes me sick.
You know, it's too bad I couldn't get Jim McFarlane on here so that he could relate to the experiences he's had with extraterrestrials since he met
Yeah.
me through Facebook. Let me see if I can get a hold of him.
Okay. So, everybody, we've got a guest lined up. If we can get him on here. Thank you for your questions, Terry, Eros Kairos. Yeah, so it's quite a deep subject, quite controversial, and a diverse subject. Who or what is God? Uh-huh. Yeah, so yeah, a nightmare, Terry. Yeah, that's right. They come to you. You could actually be abducted in your sleep, and it really occurs. The abduction has occurred. However, yeah, but you might be confused as to whether it did. Terry Sedlock says, I've already discussed the orange orbs before on another show, and occasionally they fly over near my house, then come to a dead stop and zoom off like the speed of lightning. It's incredible. Don't nobody else will see or report this? Yeah, I'm familiar with loads of reportings of people. It's whether they're taken seriously. Some people are afraid to share the story in case in fear of being mocked, ridiculed as crazy. Yeah, basically. Woo. Yup, says Terry. So how are you, Terry? It's 2:30 in the morning here, so I'm not on full steam at the moment. Good. Nice to have you join us, Terry, to be honest. Terry says she's doing a lot better these days, thankfully. Yeah, welcome to Out of the Box. This is Jim's little show. Tomorrow, Esoteric Hours will be back on Wednesdays and Sundays, which is 10, I think it's 10 p.m. GMT time and 5 p.m. American time. Uh-huh. How you doing, Jim? I've got someone I don't know wants to borrow some money off the internet. An internet friend who don't really talk to me. That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, but so do you have to be religious to believe in God? Does that make you a religious? Truth is, no, it doesn't. The prime creator of the source requires no praise or worship. You know, you can pay homage to him or it. You know. So yeah. Yes. So I remember when Esoteric Hours used to put in between 12,000 to 1,000,000 viewers. Facebook soon sorted that out. Terry Sedlock says, to tell you the truth, I spent all day yesterday on my phone, which is very rare, so to speak, and I was exhausted today. And I'm going to watch a movie and saw Jim's podcast notification and could not help but join in. I'm exhausted though, 3 hours sleep all night. Well, I know how you feel. I haven't been awake very long. I've just had a little sleep. Yeah, I just I'm high on life, and I have problems sleeping. To be honest. Ooh. You're right, Jim. Listen. Oh, excuse me. Well, it's nice to be broadcasting anyway, basically. Yeah, thank you, Terry. Just here to learn and support the group. I love you guys and what you do. Thank you for that, Terry. Yeah, what we do, we're doing it for you, sharing information, really. I'm a spiritualist, and I've encountered angels upon 4 separate occasions. I've encountered demons that have attacked me on numerous occasions, and I've encountered good demons that wish to enhance the lives of mankind. And yeah, so I can speak from experience. And whereas Jim is an agnostic, Jim is open-minded to the concept of all things. I like your backdrop, Jim. That's quite good. Well,
Backdrop.
oh right, yeah, I like that. Very trippy. Yeah. Any luck with Jim? It's not a problem. Well, yeah. So yeah, like as you can see, we are very laid back today. I can't deny it. Where's my passion? Yeah, and Terry can't stop yawning. Yeah, you know, my demons are trying to put me to sleep. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm finally back. Sorry I put you on the spot like that, Bradley.
Yeah,
I had a hard time getting a hold of him. He's in the middle of something right now, but he'll probably be on if we're still on a little while, he said.
yeah. I reckon I'll do like 45 minutes. I could do another like 15, 20 minutes. Terry Sedlock says, well, this is the first. I'm in the forum practically alone. Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
We have actually got more viewers, but they're not joining in.
Well, actually, there's only 4 or 5 viewers, it claims right now.
Yeah. So ask away, Terry.
Yeah, really. She's keeping the show alive.
It's not like the old days. Huh.
I'm surprised the chat box is actually working in the forum. In the
Yeah, isn't it?
the
We got a
platform.
chat box in the forum. How about that for a first?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Where is Daisy? Where's Shannon? Where's Candy?
Yeah, really. Yeah,
Terry, you said, look, yeah, well, maybe it's the wrong time of day for them. Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's not that late yet here, but so what is it? So
It's
like 1:35 where you're at in the morning.
2:35. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Daisy is. Yeah, well, actually, yeah. Where are they? Well, it's the wrong time of day. It just goes to show you, yeah, the time, how a time schedule can make a difference to your amount of viewers you get. Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, Jason. Jason says, I was thinking a lot about men being eternally connected to the divine feminine. Somebody says God is a woman.
Well, I believe God will be both, actually.
God, the prime creator source is not a he nor a she, yet it's both masculine and feminine energy.
Right.
A collective,
Exactly.
cosmic, conscious-minded energy.
Exactly. It all boils down to an energy, right?
Terry says, well, I'm not going to let you guys sit there and talk by yourselves or to yourselves. Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah, Jason, he says both, right? Yeah, God could be a transgender. Yeah, I am. Terry says, I am. Yeah, I like that I am. In the occult, we say, I am the all that I am. That's what we say. In the occult. I'm not saying you should go there, but it is full of words of power, words of wisdom. Manifestations occur from rituals as well. What's the tobacco? Oh, I've lost my tobacco. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, God is
Yeah.
God is called I am. Well, we're all God. We're all gods in our own right. We're all a part of the energy.
Well, yeah. We're all gods. Well, you shouldn't say that because that's blasphemy. But Lucifer says we are all gods.
Well, by all the different religious beliefs and versions and images of God, it's all blasphemy, right?
Yeah.
In order for it not to be blasphemy, we'd all have to ask, will the real God please stand up? And then there wouldn't be any reason for blasphemy, right?
Jason Horseball says hermaphrodite, implant world, and mycelium networks. Hermaphrodite, yeah, I can see that. Hermaphrodite, yeah, hermaphrodite. Oh God, my head. Terry Sedlock says, then, like you guys said last night, or Bradley Cassidy said that we all must be the little gods. Then I'm walking around on the planet. Jess and Jason Horseball says both sexes. Both sexes, yeah.
Well, we're all actually
God could
images.
be.
We're all
Yeah.
actually images and reflections of each other, each experiencing a different journey of their own.
Exactly. And we are all connected by the flower of life.
We're all connected by the energy, the essence, the source.
God, I don't like wearing headphones, do I? Keep falling out.
They keep falling out of your ears.
They keep falling out continuously. They're a pain. That's better. Yeah, so I'm at the crossroads of my life. I'm changing my life. I'm changing direction. I'm going to go into the occult a little bit more and the esoteric library.
Well,
See
there's
if I
white
can
magic.
retrieve.
There's white magic and black magic. So I hope you choose the right direction.
Terry Sedlock says, if I were a fly on the wall, you should see me over here and bob my head up for you guys. Yeah, thank you, Terry. Yeah. Thank you. Jason Horseball says the mycelium networks are under the ground, and mushrooms and fungi are making progress. They made a fungi that you can eat and digest. Cigarette butts. Wow,
Only one.
that's
Who would
amazing.
want to do
Terry
that, Doc?
Sedlock says, I love the subjects though. Yeah, we do talk about diverse subjects.
Yeah, there are many
And like our
interesting
words are normally
topics.
binding. You know, our words are normally binding as well. You know,
So, what do you believe, Bradley? You figure everything is random, or is everything pre-written?
yeah, random, both actually. Because I'll give you an example. A prophet can predict or gets premonitions of events about to occur, and then they suddenly occur. Nostradamus was very good for that.
Yeah, well, maybe he was able to read the random events that were going to occur, but that doesn't,
Yeah,
because he could read them doesn't mean they weren't random.
yeah, yeah. Or it might have been following the path that we're following. These events will occur. That's how it works for psychic. But you can change things if you are aware of what's going to
Well,
happen.
you know, the thing is, time itself changes everything, right? So when
Yeah,
they said in the Bible, you know, someday there'd be chaos or Armageddon or even the final conflict, when they mention that, that's not any great prophecy, because anybody with common sense back then could realize that as world population increased, so then with the problems of the world. And as problems build up, it's got to at one point in time come to a head. So that's not such a great prophecy. I mean, that's foresight, but I wouldn't consider that a prophecy.
foresight and prophecy, and you don't think of the same thing.
Yeah, but
You got prophecy and predictions of
yeah,
premonitions.
but common sense can, you know, produce foresight, but that doesn't mean it's a prophecy.
Terry Sedlock says that Jim, sometimes I would like to hear more about your abduction experience with the Greys. Never heard, but bits and pieces. Where did it start and when?
Okay, I'll give you a quick rundown. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the abduction of Bonnie and Betty Hill, which is quite a well-known abduction, and in my opinion is a legit abduction, for the simple reason that they were an interracial married couple. Okay, and they come out with their claim, a wild claim of being abducted by aliens in 1961, which back then, you know, interracial married couples was taboo. So I'm sure if what they were saying wasn't the truth, they wouldn't be saying it to bring any unnecessary or unwanted attention upon themselves. So I take that as a legitimate abduction, number one. Number two, they were abducted on September 19th, 1961, which was coincidentally my 8th birthday. Okay. Now, somehow I feel I was involved in that particular abduction. My memory, I can't, it's foggy, but I can feel it. You know, it's like having something on the tip of your tongue that you just can't get out. And move forward to the fall of 2012. I was living in Massachusetts at the time. I was a Massachusetts constable, and I was a part-time motor coach bus driver. So in order to drive the bus, I would have to get up early, like 3 o'clock in the morning, do an early run. So I distinctly remember it was in the late fall of 2012, and I was concerned about having to get up early the next morning. I could distinctly remember it was a Wednesday night. And when I sat down in front of the computer, I looked at the lower right-hand corner of the computer monitor, and it read 9:15 p.m., which I was making a note of because I had to get up early for work the next morning. The next thing you know, I'm in the same spot, in the same chair in front of the computer, waking up in a daze, wondering where I'm at. And I'm looking around the room. I look over to the alarm clock, and it said 2:57 a.m. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and all of a sudden, I felt an intense burning sensation on my right forearm. And I looked down. Now, this is hard to believe. I mean, I more than likely wouldn't believe it myself if I didn't experience it, but I felt the intense burning sensation on my right forearm, and there's a tattoo there depicting an alien gray. And this is the tattoo. Now,
Yeah.
now, when that happened, I held it in for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then I decided, well, I know it's hard to believe, but that's what I've experienced, and I decided to come out with it. Like I said, I was a Massachusetts constable at the time, so when I did come out publicly with my experience, I was putting my reputation on the line. As a matter of fact, I did a 30-minute segment on a local cable TV channel explaining my experience, and the host coincidentally happened to be an attorney that I did serves for his office for the last 12 years. Okay, so, and I came out with it, but by coming out with it, it was more or less of a therapy for me to get it off my chest, if you know what I mean. It was like a big burden lifted off my shoulders. So since then, that's when I went on to, by the way, since the abduction, I've got the ability to energetically heal others, which I've done sessions over the internet and been successful with. I don't broadcast it. I don't do it for money. But there's people that can attest to the fact that it has been done. And I've been in contact with the shot grazers at a reticula since. And that's when I went on to form the Facebook group page, the Alien Connection Truth Network, which has about now 200,000 members. I wanted to create a forum for people with likewise experiences where they can freely talk about it and not, be in fear of being ridiculed.
Yeah. So now you understand, Terry, Jim's presentation of what actually happened. Yeah, Terry says she's glad you came out. She's proud of you.
Well, I'm proud of myself, actually. I got to the point where I said to myself, well, I know what I experienced. They can believe me or not believe me. I don't force anybody to believe me. I really don't expect anybody to believe me, but all I can do is relate to what I experienced.
Yeah. And with me, my whole life has been blessed with paranormal phenomenal experiences. Some have been unsavory, but most of them have been okay. And I thought I would come out and tell everyone about it. I've only started talking about it in the last 12 years. And
one more thing I'd like to mention about the tattoo. A conventional tattoo, when it heals, it'll scab up like a scrape or an abrasion. It takes 7 to 10 days to heal. This tattoo never scabbed up. It was like a boil or a blister. And when it healed, it peeled like a sunburn, and it healed within 3 days. So that tells me they didn't use the conventional needle and gun type procedure to do the tattoo. It must have been some kind of laser or something, some kind of laser procedure.
Yeah. And I've actually, by being honest and sincere, my words are binding. Always be sincere. And I've actually found that it's not a problem for me to share my experiences with anyone, because I've got quite a huge following. And if they think you're crazy, that's up to them. They obviously don't know. They're ignorant or closed-minded.
Well, that doesn't bother me, because I just look at it logically, I mean, if it was me and I didn't experience it, I'd probably feel just the way they do. So if they don't believe me, that's fine. It doesn't bother me in the least.
No. That's right. That's how I feel. Yeah, Terry Sedlock said that's incredible. Yeah. Well, the internet has made it possible, like Facebook, to actually share our experiences with others. And it's amazing the amount of people you connect with that have had the same experiences themselves or similar.
Well, it's nice to have a forum with like-minded people. You know what I mean? It makes a big difference.
Yeah. Well, we've been going an hour, Jim, anyway. And
Yeah. Well, I guess we
yeah,
could call it a wrap it up. I
yeah, I'm
guess.
struggling here. I do not like headphones at all. Terry Sedlock says that's why I'm in these groups, because when you post things on your normal headline, you don't get any responses because nobody wants to talk about their minds. Obviously, aren't opened up like ours.
Well, that's the thing. You know, a lot of people don't think out of the box. Most people don't. But, you know, if you don't think out of the box, you're actually limiting your knowledge.
Yeah. Jason Horsford said he only saw 4 green dots fly from southwest to southeast in a few seconds and then they vanished. Yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Jason.
Yeah, there's a lot of unidentified flying object sightings.
Some are military, admittedly, but
matter of fact, lately there's been more sightings than ever reported before.
Yeah. That happened for Jason in 1990.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in anyway. I know there weren't many of us. Mostly Terry held the show together. Terry Sedlock. Yeah, and Jason Horsford. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Esoteric Hours will be back and we'll have a much larger audience and it will be a pleasure to have you join us. I will be advertising the show about 6 hours early to give people a chance to remember that we're broadcasting Esoteric Hours tomorrow evening.
Right. Okay, so always remember life's a journey to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you.
All right. Night.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.